Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Operation Freedom Briefings. The goal of these briefings and my weekly radio show, Operation Freedom, which airs every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern out of the People's Republic of Ann Arbor, is to provide you information the bought-off, lamestream, fake media will never touch. The spotlight and focus of today's briefing is a bit of a heads up for some intersecting events that are potentially going to occur at the end of April of this year. What am I talking about? Well, a couple things. First of all, we all know North Korea is coming to a head. President Trump, the Chinese government have all given us a big heads up. I mean, April 16th, the dictator of North Korea, Kim, had his parade on the 15th, and on the 16th, he tried to shoot off a missile that blew up about 4 to 5 seconds after it launched. Now, was that engineering malfeasance? Was that construct problems? Or was there an extrinsic source, Chinese, US, that took it out? We don't know. The bottom line is it blew up good. Nobody was harmed in the free world. But Kim has now come out and said that he might be doing a nuclear test on April 25th. This has now been confirmed by the Chinese government that says that they're very concerned about Kim instituting a nuclear test on April 25th. Now, the Chinese government and Donald Trump, President Trump, has come on record as saying, look, no more tests, no more missiles. If you do, there's a downside for you, Kim, the dictator of North Korea. So we have that out there. In addition, we have 3 U.S. carrier groups, Vinson, Reagan, and the Nimitz, all arriving off the coast of North Korea when? April 25th. And then there's the recent air naval activity occurring off the coast of California. Now this happened about 2 weeks ago where it started to see more naval activities. People were reporting off of San Diego and off of LA, and they were sub-hunting aircraft by the United States, appeared to be looking for subs, Russian. Could it be North Korean? Because North Korea does have subs that can launch missiles. It's been documented. And then we recently had a bunch of Russian bombers coming down the coast. So there's been a lot of different activity going on. And then add to that, through my financial contacts and analysts, I've been told that they're very concerned about, quote, instability of financial markets at the end of April, end quote. So here we go again with the end of April. And then add to that something called Operation Gotham Shield. Now, what is this? This is a multi-agency drill that's occurring in the New York City and New Jersey when? The end of April again. Now, what is this drill about? Well, from the government documents that I've reviewed and from what I've heard from some other contacts, it's a nuclear detonation drill that simulates an improvised nuclear device, a 10 kiloton device going off in New York City and around the New Jersey area. And in this drill, multi-agencies from the federal government, the state governments of New York and New Jersey, the county governments, and the local governments are all involved. Who from the feds? Department of Homeland Security, Department of Defense, FEMA, the FBI, and the U.S. Northern Command. Now look, whenever I hear about a multi-agency drill, my antenna goes up. Not because I'm a conspiracy theorist, or paranoid. It's because things tend to happen around these drills. And if they're preparing with a drill, are they cognizant that there might be some activity? So for example, what's the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario is the dictator, this goof, who's really, I believe, unstable mentally, and essentially is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, suicide bomber our world has ever seen, decides, even though he's being threatened by China and the United States not to do this, does blow off the nuclear device. And then there's retaliation from China and the United States. We have 3 carrier groups there now, remember, on that same day. And as that retaliation occurs, the suicide bomber dictator Kim decides he's going to shoot artillery shells into Seoul, which he has about, as I understand it, 13,000 artillery pieces pointed at Seoul. About 12 or 17 to 20 million people, they're in harm's way, and he has nuclear submarines, we know, potentially. Were these what our aircraft we're looking for off of California? And we have this drill in New York. It's not far-fetched to think that this psychotic, demented leader of North Korea decides, look, they're going to take me out, and I'm going to go out with the biggest bang in world history. And yeah, I'm going to shoot some artillery stuff into Seoul, but you know what? I'm going to show the United States a lesson. And he has his nuclear subs off of California and potentially has some rogue agents in New York that does something catastrophic. So why am I bringing this all up? Look, this is a huge heads up, and we need to plan accordingly. There's nothing, these events are far outside of what any of us can do to prevent, but we can take the necessary steps that if we see some things happening, for example, if I lived in San Diego or LA or New York or New Jersey, and I see that this guy blows off his nuclear device in North Korea, or I see an attack occurring in North Korea, I might want to take a short family vacation out of LA, out of San Diego, out of New York and New Jersey, and head more inland, if you will, into more the center of the United States for a couple days, just in case some of these little dots are going to get connected. Folks, we're going to talk about this more this coming Sunday. Operation Freedom, you can stream the show live at davejanda.com, 2 to 5 Eastern. I will have the podcast available for you that Sunday night at 9 p.m. Until next time, this is Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail.